What's up, guys? Doogie here, back again, and it is time. The Season 6 playoffs are here, and our Round 1 matchup against the Carolina Hurricanes will take place in this episode. Now, of course, we'll take a look at our player stats from this year, and then we'll take a look at the Hurricanes team, and then we'll get into this series. The main factor here, obviously these lines, our success depends on the third and fourth line. Dahlman, Velarde, Tarasov. What can they do? Abramov, Hall, and Stenlund. What can they do? The defense I have the utmost confidence in, especially Jarrett and Girardi. Great all year, as we'll see by the stats. The special teams are taken care of, power play and penalty kill. But the biggest question mark of all, Ty Edmonds. What can he do? He and Dahlman arrived at the perfect time during last year's offseason, where we needed them after having to get rid of guys like Dmytro Timashov. But what can he do? The AHL, the Monsters aren't going to make the playoffs, but this is the lineup moving forward for the last few games. We're going to get Brock Keeler and Jeff Bomick in there. Defensively, we'll get Lowry, Telkvist, and Timonen in there as well. Obviously, it was a huge year for Cleveland with the amount of roster turnover, and I'm not sure what that team will be moving forward next year. But as you can see, they're in a very tight division, and they are the punching bag of said division, so they're not making the playoffs. So what does it matter? But moving forward, let's take a look at what our team did this season. And actually, I want to take a look at team stats really quick. Why not? 108 points did we, and we did fall just short of a second consecutive President's Trophy. Toronto beat us by 1 point, those motherfuckers. I actually did try to trade for Austin Matthews. I'm not kidding. But we finished 4th in goals per game. Chicago and St. Louis up there as well. Goals against, dead last. We just barely beat the Maple Leafs for that. Power play percentage. We have the best power play in the league. Our penalty kill, though, is somewhat towards the bottom, kind of in the middle. But again, best line power play, I did notice, had been putting people who shouldn't have been on that unit out there. So that will hopefully not be an issue moving forward. We are 5-4-1 in our last 10, so we're not blazing our way to the playoffs. But we will see what happens. Point totals, Jaden Schwartz led the team with 86 points. So he had, 63 when we acquired him? So 23 points in 20 games for Jaden Schwartz. That paid off in spades, if that's actually the math, which I'm pretty sure it was. Patrick Laine with 81. Kachuk only 64. A little bit disappointing. Puljujarvi, Duchesne. I'm not going to read off everyone. Ralph Jarrett finished with 43 points. Also, Lutzer almost hit 50, which is pretty good for our second line guy. Let's see, Alvin Dahlman, 36. Stenlund, 33 on primarily the fourth line. Velarde would have finished with probably over 30 points or close to 30 had he not missed 32 games. So I'm all right with him. Jerry Girardi was a plus 26. That might have led the team in passing Hall only 1 point in 20 games. That's concerning, but maybe he can turn it on. Girardi, Girardi and Jarrett right there. A better plus minus than Laine and Kachuk, which is pretty damn good. Austin or Alvin, I always want to call him Austin Dahlman. Alvin Dahlman might have a chance to win the Calder. And looking at the goalie stats this year, as I hit the button one too many times, sorry for that. Korpisalo with a 926. Edmonds with a 920 in 22 games. And we will actually go and look at the full player stats very, very quickly. And I mean very quickly. The top goalie as far as save percentage goes, looks like it was Louis Domingue. 55 games. Corey Schneider, Philip Gustafson up there. So not quite as high as I thought we were going to be. Rookie skaters. Does Alvin Dahlman have a chance? He does not. Andrew Lindros on Boston is going to run away with that. And in the NHL in general, it was led by Patrick Kane, Tarasenko, but then Schwartz is there. So it's at least nice that we took Schwartz away from Vladimir Tarasenko. But whether or not that will pay off is yet to be seen. Now we can quickly, because this episode's already getting on, we need to take a look at Carolina's lineup and then start this series. So let's see what the Hurricanes have to offer. 90 offense, 91 defense, 88 goaltending is not too bad. Obviously, we would have them beat in every aspect if not for the injury to Joonas Korpisalo. So let's take a look at the Hurricanes. Top line is Jeff Skinner, Victor Rask, and Valentin Zykov. Not too bad. I mean, obviously, we don't really have the point. We could go look at the point totals. I'm not too concerned. Second line is Thomas Tatar, Alexi Sarela, an old name from the past, and Phil DeGiuseppe. So, an interesting second line. Third line is David Perron, Jordan Stahl, surprisingly not their top line guy, and Mika Tulola. Didn't we? No, we didn't have him. I think we could have drafted him, but I passed on him. And then the fourth line is Johnny Wakabayashi, hell of a name, Lucas Wallmark, and Jerome Boumediene. I think it's Boumediene. Hopefully you don't score. He's only a 77. As we know, because I checked at the end of the last episode, they don't have any offensive injuries. So that is just flat out their team. So, interesting. I can see why we have them beat on paper. Definitely. Stahl's really kind of the one exception, but that bottom six is pretty weak. The defense, oh boy, the defense. No, you know what's going to happen. Noah Hanifin and Marc-Edouard Vlasic, that's a very strong pairing. Jake Bean with Jacob or Jakob Slavin, also a pretty good pair. And the third pairing is Hayden Fleury with Brett Pesce, or Peach. I'm going to say Pesce throughout the series, though. Hayden Fleury didn't really turn in to the prospect you would think he would turn into. That was probably, I don't know what his overall started at. That's one thing you notice, though, with certain with certain prospects, is that if their overall starts very low, it's an uphill climb to actually make the NHL. That's a problem with EA, though. The goalie is Alex Nedeljkovic, with the backup being Marc-Andre Fleury. So Carolina, good team? Yes. Can I see why they made the playoffs? Yes. But do they have weaknesses that we should absolutely be able to exploit? No question. And I do just very quickly want to take a look. Again, this episode's going to be over 20 minutes. I should just own up to that right now. This episode's probably going to be a long one unless we sweep them. Jeff Skinner, 63 points. Rask, Zykov, so good top line performance. Good performances overall. Wakabayashi on the fourth line with 21 points at a 78. So this could be an interesting series. Again, maybe some of those negatives that we kind of penned there won't exactly be negatives. And I forgot to do something. God damn it. Fuck it. This episode's going to be long enough. Fuck it. We need to jack up the playoff prices to make us some goddamn money. Season ticket, game ticket, look at that. Look at all the extra money we will be bringing in. Don't forget to do that, by the way, if you are, of course, doing your own franchise mode. Don't forget during the playoffs to go through and just jack up the ticket prices a little bit and get that extra profit, although it doesn't look like it works too much for merchandise or parking. But that's okay. At least jack up the ticket prices, get a little bit more money. And now that we have done that, we can finally move forward and start this series. What are we, almost 10 minutes into this episode, probably? Absolutely ridiculous. Game one, though, is on home ice. Ty Edmonds, you're the man for us. I believe in you. Please reward my faith. First period, and that is not the ideal start. Phil DeGiuseppe with the opening goal. Second period, we bounce back a little bit. Tulola gets a goal. He made it 2-0. But then Velarde, 56 seconds later, brought us back to within one. And that sets up this third period. We are down to one, an early power play. Another one. We couldn't take advantage of the first one, but we can take advantage of the second one. Alvin Dahlman ties this game, and we have a chance. Didn't beat him from the best angle. That doesn't matter. Just under 7 minutes to go. Next goal looks like it'll win it. We're out shooting them. Will that matter? It will not in regulation. We go to overtime in the first game. We're not wasting any time. Let's do this. Alvin Dahlman tied it to get us here. Can anybody win it? Puljujärvi, Laine, Tkachuk. Think of the offensive firepower we have. We take a pen that we kill off. Come on, boys. Somebody has to get it done, and it's Ralph Jarrett. Ralph Jarrett, you son of a bitch. He rewards us. He rewards us. It was a tough call to keep him on that third pairing defense, but he and Jerry Girardi have been great all year, and Ralph Jarrett with the game-winning goal. The Quebec City Nordiques are up 1-0 in this series, defending home ice, and Ty Edmonds was the first star of the game with 35 saves, 2 points for Dahlman, and the game-winning goal for Ralph Jarrett. A very, I don't know if I can call it a very good start, but we got the win like we needed to, and that is all that matters. Game 2, still in QC. We're going to keep rolling with this, especially because of how much stuff we had to do at the start of this episode. Game 2, can we defend home ice like we did in Game 1? Let's find out. First period, and it's Phil DeGiuseppe with the second goal of this series, and he gets the opener in Game 2. Second period, and we are in the exact same situation. It's Alexi Sorella who made it 2-0 with an Erik Karlsson gets the goal, 23 shots to 14, but we are down 2-1, and for the second straight game, we enter the third period on the power play. Basically, Jesus Christ, that had to be back-to-back penalties that we couldn't take advantage of. We enter the third period down 2-1, and it's Jesse Puljujärvi out of nowhere with the goal. 3 minutes to go, and for the second straight game to open this series, we are going to overtime. 36 shots to 21, but that didn't matter. Thankfully, Puljujärvi gets the goal. Let's do this. It's overtime for the second straight game, and it's Jeff Skinner immediately. 1 minute into overtime, and Jeff Skinner wins it. Alex Nedeljkovic had to be the first star. Indeed, he was. 35 saves. 2 points for Sorella, 2 points for Erik Karlsson, but that did not matter. And we drop Game 2 by the reverse score. Both games end 3-2 in overtime. And now we have to go down to Raleigh. They still play in Raleigh, don't they? Who knows? With the Coyotes not moving, look out, Carolina. You might not have a team for too much longer. You might witness Noah Hanifin become a star in Seattle, or even QC. Who knows? But yeah, speaking of QC, we're going to beat the shit out of Carolina in Game 3. I'm calling it now. We're on the road. We're going to bounce back here, and we're going to win this game. First period, and that is a great start. It was a late goal, but it's a goal nonetheless. Kevin Stenlund on that fourth line getting it done, and we're up 1-0 at the end of the first period. Second period, it remains the same, 28 shots to 18. Things are looking good. Can we keep it up? Third period against the Canes here in game number 3, and it's Wallmark. Very early on in third, he ties it up. We have a power play. Can we get a goal? We cannot, but Wallmark again. Of course, I fucking label him as a weakness. Vlasic with the goal. That'll seal it. And the Quebec City Nordiques just absolutely fall apart in that third period. My God. 2 goals for Wallmark, Vlasic, and then the empty netter for Jeff Skinner. It looked good. And I know Nedeljkovic is a good goalie, but come on, guys. 1 goal against Carolina. Only 1 goal. It's kind of a problem. Where's Laine? Where's Tkachuk? Where's Duchesne? Maybe we should break up that first line right now. I'm thinking about it. Honestly, I'm wondering, did I accidentally leave Lutzer on the top line? Is that why we're struggling? The AHL season's over. Cleveland obviously didn't make the playoffs. That is very disappointing to have only scored 1 goal, and we're now down 2-1 in the series after winning the first game. Duchesne is on the top line. They only have, they're getting power play points. I think that's it. I don't really want to break up that line, to be honest. They need to get it done. Jaden Schwartz doesn't have a point yet either. Actually, you know what? No, we need to make a change. We need to make a change after that goal. That third line is not doing well at all. We're going to put Stenlund up there. I labeled their bottom 2 pairings as a weakness. So far, that hasn't been the case. So far, that's been our bottom 2 pairs, our bottom 2 lines. Defense, it hasn't been great. We are just not performing to the standard we need to perform at. Ty Edmonds with a .908 save percentage. And if we lose Game 4, I don't know. Maybe we bring in the old talisman known as Anton Forsberg for Game 5. Not having Joonas Korpisalo is huge. And as we go into Game 4, there is a very realistic chance we could come away from this game down 3-1 in this series, but let's hope that doesn't happen. Game 4, first period, and it's the opening goal for Valentin Zykov. Second period, can we turn it around? And we do. It's at least tied. Passy Hall gets what I believe is his first NHL goal in the playoffs here. Jake Bean gave them the lead back, but then it's Erik Karlsson tying this game for us. And oh boy, we are in a hell of a spot here. Third period, tie game. This is pretty much, every playoff game is a must-win for the most part, but we need to win this game. We need that top line to step up. We need that second line to step up. Just somebody, please, 3 minutes to go. Somebody for the Nords, please. And we go to overtime for the third time in 4 games. Goddamn. We cannot seem to solve Alex Nedeljkovic. Overtime. In Game 4, we at least get past the first minute, so fuck you, Jeff Skinner. He's going to score now because I said that. Just you watch. Oh, shit. Come on, boys. Come on. We're getting killed in shots. We have a power play. Please, we can't score on it because why would we? We are just hemorrhaging shots. And it's, oh my God, Alvin Dahlman. Yes, I almost called him Austin. Who cares? He scored. Wow, I just did not expect us to win that game. 51 shots has to be the most shots we have ever let up in a playoff game. Outshot 51-36, but it's Alvin Dahlman with another huge goal for us. Ty Edmonds, man. 49 saves. Credit to you. 2 points for Karlsson, 2 assists for Victor Rask. And we have life. This series is tied after 4 games. Thank God for that. My man, three games now have finished 3-2 in overtime. That is absolutely insane. And looking at the other series, every series is 2-2 except for the fact that Montreal swept Buffalo clear out of the playoffs. Now, I am going to make another change. I want to put Duchesne back here. We're going to put Dahlman, man. Jaden Schwartz has been quiet. We will see if that can wake up anybody. Defensively, I'm going to keep it the same. I'm going to stand by that defense. But the offense, we're going to switch it up one more time. A big factor in getting Jaden Schwartz was that high poise rating, which is supposed to help you perform in big games. So far, we haven't seen it. But we go back to QC for Game 5. And my God, whoever wins this one has a pretty big advantage, don't they? That was the most cliched and obvious thing I've said this episode. Not ever. I've said stupider things. First period. I still hate being sick. This is miserable. Absolutely miserable. First period of Game 5. And that is not the start that I expected us to have. Stenlund got a goal a minute and 15 into it. Jeff Skinner tied it. Puljujärvi gets a goal, but then Jordan Staal ties it up. At the end of 1, it is 2-2. That is pretty crazy. But not as crazy as this second period is going to be when we just stomp all over Carolina. No, we're not. Isaac Lutzer gets a goal, and then Tulola gets another one. It's 3-3 heading into this third period. And Valentin Zykov, before I can even say anything, gets a goal, and we are in trouble. Or maybe not. Jesse Puljujärvi really stepping up in this series, getting some goals for us. Next goal will win Game 5. Who's it going to be? And we're going to have to wait. Yet another game goes to overtime. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Now, 4 out of 5 games go to OT. Can we win it again is the question. We are 2-1 so far in these overtimes. Can we get it? And we can't. Valentin Zykov with the goal. Oh, God. God damn. Oh, god damn it. This isn't good, is it? 3-point night for Puljujärvi, 3-point night for Hanifin. The 2 goals for Zykov, though, are the difference. We fall in Game 5 by the score of 5-4, and we are now 1 game away. We have to win 2 straight, and I don't know if we can. I do not know if we can. Every other series, of course, at a 3-2. Washington and Toronto with the advantages in their series. Oh, shit, we're in trouble. Only 2 points for Tkachuk, nothing for Duchesne, 1 point for Laine. That is clearly the issue right now. Jaden Schwartz hasn't done anything. Stenlund's doing all right. This has been brutal. Well, Dahlman, Lutzer, and Puljujärvi are going to be the new top line. I can tell you that much. And, God, what else do we change? What else do we change here? Oh, man. Do we drop? This is rough, guys. This is rough. Laine has a point. Schwartz, Velarde, Stenlund. What do we do? I think we will go with something like, God, I don't know. I have no clue. Not a clue. Well, Stenlund has to be the center. So let's drop Laine, Abramov, Stenlund, Laine, and we'll have Tkachuk, Duchesne, Schwartz. And we'll just have to hope for the goddamn best, won't we? The big issue, man, is Korpisalo not being here. That's fairly obvious, and these lines are getting ripped apart. So I'm going to put Jarrett with Savard, Chychrun with Girardi, or Chychrun, sorry. I always default to Chychrun. Jacob Chychrun. Oh, God. I'm just stalling. I am stalling at this point because we are going to get kicked out in the first round. We are a completely different team without Joonas Korpisalo. We can't deny that. And who knows? Maybe the trades of Ehlers and Kai Gorodov, maybe that one trade is going to backfire because Jaden Schwartz hasn't done anything. You can't deny he had a great end to the regular season. 20 points in 23 games, or the other way, 23 points in 20 games, whatever the fuck it was. But he just hasn't performed in the playoffs. A lot of our top guys haven't performed. But in Game 6, maybe we can turn it around. First period, and we are scoreless. It's not terrible. Second period, and it's a goal apiece. Alexi Sorella. And finally, Matthew Tkachuk. Welcome to the goddamn party. It's about time that you showed up. And that sets up this third period. A goal apiece heading into it. Our backs are against the wall. Lose and we are done. And there is guaranteed to be a new Stanley Cup champion this year. 8 minutes to go. Power play for Carolina that we are able to kill off, but we're still in a bit of danger. Oh, God. 1 minute to go. And it's Kevin Stenlund with 30 seconds to go. Holy shit. I did not expect that to be in our favor at all. Kevin Stenlund. You fucking beauty. Oh, my God. He's been amazing for us. As far as like playing on the fourth line, he's on the third line now, or whatever the hell he's on. I don't even know what our line combinations are. I already forgot. Ty Edmonds, your first star of the game, and Kevin Stenlund with the game-winning goal is your third star. And we are going home for a crucial Game 7. Oh my God. Can I at least jack up the ticket prices a little bit more? Just a little bit more, please. Just in case we lose, at least I can make the owner a bit more money and he'll be happy. Can I do that? Season tickets, can they go up? No. Can game tickets go up? No, they can't. Okay, well, it doesn't let you do that. I mean, I guess I could put them up higher, but we won't waste time. We are the only series left in the East still going. Calgary and Anaheim have also gone to 7. So it was Dahlman, Lutzer, Puljujärvi, Tkachuk, Duchesne, Schwartz, Abramov, Stenlund, and Laine. I mean, hold on. Duchesne and Schwartz are going down to the third. It's going to be Tkachuk, Stenlund, Line. Tell me if you saw that coming. With Abramov, Duchesne, and Jaden Schwartz. And actually, I'm going to do this. We'll put Abramov back on the fourth, and that way we get Schwartz, Duchesne, Tarasov, Velarde, Passy, Hall, and Abramov. Whether or not that works, and whether or not it'll prove to be a mistake to change our lineup after winning, well, we're going to find out if that is the case right now. This might end up being the longest episode of any series I've had. Holy shit. Game 7, at home, against the Canes. Oh, let's do this. First period, and it's Phil DeGiuseppe with the opening goal. Second period, it's Matthew Tkachuk. And it comes down to this, boys. It comes down to this. Third period, tie game. For all the marbles. Literally all of them. There will not be one marble for the loser. Can we move on? Oh my god. Massive, massive penalty kill there. 8 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. Somebody on our team, please step up. Please. And we, of course, are going to overtime. Of course. Why wouldn't we? Both teams are 2-2 in this series in overtime. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's do this. Overtime in Game 7. We have a power play. Please, please, please. Yes! Jesse Puljujarvi and the Nords are moving on to round 2, where we're going to get stomped unless Korpisalo is back. Because we barely, just skin of our teeth, barely edged our way past the Hurricanes. Puljujarvi has been our best player in this series, and he got it done for us when it mattered. 29 saves for Ty Edmonds. He was once again the first star. Nedeljkovic, holy shit, Alex Nedeljkovic. He was the reason why they were there. But in the end, despite some mix and matching with our lineups, we are moving on. Holy shit. Dahlman ends up on the first line. Stenlund ends up on the second line. Duchesne's on the third, as is Jaden Schwartz. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I want to quickly get you a look at our point totals and everything, because that's my question to you already, is what do we do? Do we go back to the main lineups that got us into the playoffs, or do we stick with those who have done so well for us in the postseason thus far? Puljujarvi, 6 points. Stenlund, 5 points. Carlson, 5. Tkachuk with 4. And then from there, it really drops off. The only player left on the team to not get a point is Victor Tarasov. Hall, Duchesne, all with 1 point. Velarde, Abramov with 1 point. So many underperforming players. Feel free, though, to take a look at the full list. Let me know. What do we do as far as line combos go? Ty Edmonds finishes with a .930 save percentage. In 7 games, a .930 save percentage is pretty damn good. Like, if that was Joonas Korpisalo getting that, I'd be happy. The major problem with this team right now is the underperforming players, Duchesne mainly, and of course, Jaden Schwartz. But there you see it, Toronto, Montreal. We're probably going to have to play Washington. Yeah, we're going to have to play Washington in the next round. It'll be Chicago, St. Louis, and then LA will play the winner of the remaining Game 7. Again, I don't give a fuck about scouting. It's broken anyway. So it's going to be LA, Anaheim, Chicago, St. Louis, Toronto, Montreal yet again. I think yet again. They've played before, haven't they? And we have to play the Washington Capitals, who are hot on our goddamn tails, and if it was not for the amount of overtime losses we had, we wouldn't have won the division title, most likely. So that was the difference maker. Guys, we have moved on. This episode's gone on long enough. We are absolutely ending it here. Let me know, what lines do we roll with in round 2 against the Caps? And to end this episode, Korpisalo is 2 weeks away. returning May 17th. That is still the date. Joonas Korpisalo, 2 weeks away. So if we look at the calendar, I don't know. We might get him back in this series, but he would not be full health if we get him back at all. So let me know. What do we do with the lines? Ty Edmonds is still going to be the guy in this next series. As always, support the channel by any way you deem necessary. It is always appreciated. And I will see you in round 2 against the Washington Capitals.